So do you know what is this called user pay principle rule? I don't know you know it or not, but let me tell you that this principle is sole responsible for what you call this downfall, decline in our education system. Now what this principle mean, let me tell you. User pay principle is basically thrusted into our education system by those big giant businessmen, including Amani and many other. So let me tell you a little bit background of it. You know that India as a country had a lot of problem right from the independence, right? Up to 1992, the condition of Indian education system was not good. And the discussion being raised there that what we can do to make Indian education system more strong, robust, and could serve this qualitative education so that students should not go out abroad to gain education, right? So then the decision was taken, and the decision was very simple, that the state will take responsibilities for those people living on the margins, means that children would be afforded in government schools. So schools which are owned by state will ensure that all students up to 14 years will be given or provided with free education system, which we all know that's also our fundamental right, which means falling under Article 21, right to education. And that's all enough. But what about this higher education system? Then this discussions was put forth that these big institutions and universities will be commercialized, and in the making of commercializations, whatever cost is incurred into the making of the building infrastructure or this bringing in this all kinds of advanced technologies, all these things will be taken care of by the money or the fee of students, which means government will not impose any restrictions on these big infrastructures, which means big businesses who are putting and pumping money into these big universities about their fee that they can collect from the students. And from then on, what we found that it just continued this very trend of making education system more expensive, going completely inaccessible to a large section of people. I mean, we can assume it because the country is already living in utter disparities, inequalities, right? Which means only 7 or to 10% of the total people hold the wealth, as much as something like 60 to 70% of the total wealth, right? So this is what it shows, very stark disparities. So now then the situation comes in, right, that the entire thing as a process of discussions developed on this very one sole idea that is called user pay principle, that who will use the education and will part in universities, higher universities, will be solely responsible for taking care of the expenditure cost. And then on we can see how these education system became more expensive. Okay, let's say